Welcome, dear souls, to this moment of reflection and understanding. Today, we explore a profound truth. Everyone is always doing the best they can from the vibration that they're at. So what does this mean? It's a perspective, or a reframing, let's say, that invites us to embrace compassion, forgiveness, and a deeper understanding of the human journey and of our attitudes towards self and other. Each of us is a unique expression of consciousness, shaped by our beliefs, experiences, and traumas. Our beliefs form the lens through which we perceive the world. They dictate our actions, reactions, and interactions. Imagine each belief as a vibration, a frequency that resonates through every thought and deed. Our perspectives are molded by our life experiences, the joys and the pains we've endured. Trauma in particular leaves deep imprints on our psyche, influencing our behavior and emotional responses. When someone acts out of pain, they are operating from a vibration that reflects their inner wounds. They may not see the world as we do, nor respond in ways we might deem appropriate. Consider for a moment the people in your life who have caused you pain or frustration. It might be someone who you perceive as selfish, hurtful, or even malicious. At first glance, their actions seem incomprehensible and unjustifiable. Yet, if we look deeper, we can see that these behaviors often stem from deep-seated fears, insecurities, and unhealed traumas. People who act negatively are often unconscious of the full impact of their actions. Consider a thief, for instance. They steal because, from their perspective and life experience, they are living from a place of survival and feel a sense of scarcity. Likewise, bigotry often arises from ignorance and fear of what is different or unknown. People may harbor prejudices due to a lack of exposure to diverse perspectives, or because they are afraid of what they don't understand. Similarly, selfishness and belittling often stem from a desire to feel superior, masking feelings of insecurity and inferiority. These behaviors act as defense mechanisms to shield themselves mentally from their own perceived shortcomings. It can be easy to judge others for not rising above these behaviors. But the reality is that if you had lived their life, experienced what they have experienced, and believed the things that they believe, you would act in the same way. When people believe that these actions are necessary to meet their needs, they unintentionally create suffering for themselves and others. It is only through this suffering that they eventually learn the lessons that they need to learn to grow and adopt a new perspective. You can't expect someone to operate from a level of understanding or vibration that they have no comprehension of and no point of reference for, as it is outside of their own experience. If they were more aware, more conscious, they would act differently. They would understand the pain they are causing and would seek to act in ways that are more compassionate and loving. This is what is meant by the ego. It is the defensive, reactive program that uses someone's fear and trauma to hold them hostage. The common saying is, hurt people, meaning individuals who have experienced pain, trauma, or harm are more likely to inflict hurt on others. When you begin to understand this, you become truly free. You realize nobody is trying to harm you. Rather, it is themselves that they have a problem with, and are lashing out to protect themselves from pain. They aren't a villain, they are a victim of their own ego, until they have suffered so much that they let go, surrender, and finally awaken from this negative pattern, this state of unconsciousness. We are all on a journey to awakening, a path towards higher consciousness and greater understanding. Along this journey, we must remember that no one is truly evil. Even the most hateful and seemingly malevolent individuals are operating from a place they believe to be justified or necessary. They too are doing the best they can from the level of consciousness they are at. They are the protagonist in their own mind. They believe they are working toward a greater good. Understanding this allows us to cultivate empathy. It's easy to judge others based on our own standards and perspectives. But it takes wisdom to recognize that they are operating from their own level of consciousness. In seeing the world as they see it, we can understand why people act the way they do and help each other become less ignorant on our journeys of personal growth. What might seem like a simple choice for one person could be an insurmountable challenge for another. Forgiveness becomes a natural extension of this understanding. When we see that everyone is doing the best they can with the tools and awareness they have, it becomes easier to let go of resentment. Forgiveness is not about condoning harmful behavior, but about freeing ourselves from the burden of carrying anger and pain. And I get it. Forgiveness is hard. It can be really, really hard. However, by holding on to resentment and anger, you are only harming yourself. The common saying is, not forgiving someone is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. Forgiveness is a gift we give ourselves, allowing us to move forward with a lighter heart. It empowers us to stop giving our power and happiness to forces outside of ourselves. As we navigate our own paths, it's essential to remember that we, too, are doing the best we can from our current vibration. Self-compassion is crucial. Acknowledge your progress, honor your journey, and recognize that you are evolving with each experience. Every challenge you face is an opportunity to raise your vibration, to heal, and to grow. In moments of conflict or misunderstanding, pause and remind yourself of this truth. See beyond the surface and into the heart of the matter. Recognize the shared humanity in each of us, the common thread that binds us together in this tapestry of existence. By embracing this perspective, we contribute to a more compassionate world. A world where judgment is replaced with understanding and condemnation with forgiveness. We create a space where healing can occur and higher vibrations can flourish. So, as you go about your day, carry this wisdom with you. Everyone is always doing the best they can from the vibration that they are at. Let it guide your interactions, soften your judgments, and open your heart to the endless possibilities of love and understanding. Before I leave you, I want you to consider the things that you may do unconsciously. What are some common complaints that may anger you to hear about yourself? Can you be selfish, impatient, distant, judgmental? Realize that you too have some defensive behaviors, which you use to shield yourself from suffering and which may cause pain for others. Reflect on how your actions might affect others and how they may feel as a consequence. Now take a moment to try to understand why you do the things you do and what state of suffering you are trying to avoid by doing so. Realize now that it is only by not suppressing but instead confronting the suffering that we can grow and improve our circumstances. This is what is meant by healing. Healing is synonymous with awareness. Awareness heals all. The light of awareness dispels the shadows of ignorance. Thank you for joining me in this moment of reflection. May your journey be filled with light, love, and the ever-expanding awareness of our interconnectedness. I know you are doing your best. We all are.